2010, late spring, I became obsessed with an idea to leave the society. To go to a forest. To become a hermit. A lot of articles seen and membership in the thematic groups. I am a city boy, had to check what the reality is. To live in a forest. Is it really what I need? I've made a goal to live far in a forest for 5 days. Totally unprepared, just recently bought a tent and some equipment. I was looking at the map and my eyes stopped on this river, called I. Such a beautiful place. I thought it will be better for my blog if I'll be open. To show that I'm not just a bloody Kremlin agent, but a human being. Like it happens in movies. Without character building, nothing happens really interesting. Not a bad place. Some small roads and light spots near the river. It's a sand or rocks. A place where people sometimes stay to rest. Not the best place for a hermit. I guess I'll just go along the river to find a private place, if someone will be there. Maybe it's even better to be at least somewhere near the civilization, for the first time. The entry point. That's the start of a few hours trip. Only thing I made a photo on this overgrown road is this. An animal tracks. I wasn't sure what kind of animal is this, but as I understood later, it was a bear. Wasn't expecting such wild places. How I commented this. I've always been a loner. Company of 3 people, including me, is a maximum number I can be comfortable with. Genetics, I guess. My father was the same. But it's not the main reason. It's not just a few trees. According to the map, it's supposed to be a road to the river. Maybe it's my GPS glitching. I went forward on the road and back. It's definitely a dead place. After passing through bushes, an overgrown meadow opened up to me. Where is the river? Maybe something gone wrong completely. I guess the main reason is a chronic illness I've got. Sleep anxiety disorder, caused by a few days of traumatic sleep deprivation. Not the worst thing people get sick with, but easy thing which should bring you rest become an everyday walk. And a lack of sleep at the end. It's painful and depressing. Thanks God, here it is. But where are the roads? Where are the sand and rocks? And where are beautiful cliffs from the photos? Who might think, but the same river can look completely differently in different places. But not a bad place after all. I built the tent. You may notice an old wooden bench near the tent. Someone been here a long ago. And here another finding. It's a long wooden pole which is used to retain a haystack. Looks like a few years ago someone cut the grass here. And that light areas on the map are dry grass. Meanwhile, they built the bench and then they gathered the dry grass to the haystack. Strange things to do in such place. I was working a web designer just a month ago. It was a place with good salary. It's some designs I made at the time. Look at the forest in the distance. Hurt my eyes after years. Maybe this is my favorite. That illustration still looks fine. What do you think? But at that work I never feel I was needed. Depression caused by illness in the compartment. And I quit. And I'm here. Nature wiped out the evidence of man. And through a tall grass, I am going to look all around. A day was coming to an end. There's only time to make a meal and go to sleep. The night was terrible. The ground was too solid and cold. Night temperature has fallen to unexpectedly low value. While you're moving, it's fine. Falling asleep, too cold. And you wake up again and again. And it's scary. The forest is so loud of little different noises when you listen. A wind blows, some branch fall, and you think it may be some animal. And it could be an animal, because you don't really know. The fear of an unknown. Funny to say, but sometimes when I heard trucks going somewhere far, far away, I like it. Day 2. I need to solve the problem of cold. Spruce branches under the tent, and a pillow, which I wasn't even thinking will be needed. Folded clothes on the head is okay, but with such cold nights I need to wear it. Second day give a good finding. A beautiful spring. After a long way in a hot day, it's such a pleasure to drink a cold spring water. And it's a better source of water than the river. Looks like it's an end over the river, and water here doesn't inspire confidence. Even an hour ago it was hot. The unstable springtime weather brought unexpected colds. I imagine nature looked at me ironically, like, "Why did you come? Get out of here." But nature didn't notice me, of course. It's just getting a little chilly, so am I, a little flea on its skin. The weather at night became much worse than previous. So hard to sleep. But something much more scary happened. I heard an animal. Someone climbed up a tree nearby, and then jumped off with all its weight. I even felt a wave on the ground. It made a sound like something between a big cat and a bear. Total darkness. You can't see anything. And there, unknown animal in the darkness. You're stressing line, listen every last line. Your heart is beating. You hand on a knife, but it doesn't give confidence. After a while, the animal got away. But it was impossible to sleep because of the cold. I was shivering even under the blanket. I come out of the tent and set the fire prepared before. It was such a pleasure to feel like a warmth enters your cold body. Even the bonfire was a few meters away. It was warm inside. Just once I added more wood on the fire and was able to sleep properly. No way to stay another night. Too scary and too cold. I was totally unprepared. This trip cooled my dreams, but it's something to it. When you experience real fear, the city fears walks away. Simple pleasures which easy to miss in the city. You appreciate it more, at least for a time. Definitely, It will be another trip. Sorry for being indelicate, but you could support my blog buying stuff I made. It's reminder magnets, a fun way to replace sticky notes people leave to each other. It's a lot of variation in my shop. Link in description. Thank you.